Do you take IG stories of your food or selfies when you're out on your weekend adventures? Chances are you're already a content creator without realizing it. For most of us, a smartphone suffices when it comes to documenting our memories. But for those who want a deeper storytelling aspect to their content creation, this camera right here is a pretty good option. I'm Samantha, and what I have here is the Z30, the latest APS-C mirrorless camera from Nikon. Targeted at a new generation of content creators who want a fast-free gadget for capturing their daily lives, this camera offers an easy user interface, dedicated focus modes, as well as long video recording time. Even though I'm not much of a vlogger myself, I decided to test the camera out by bringing it with me on a busy weekend to a pasar malam, as well as a live music event. Here's my verdict on the camera. See how nicely the camera fits in my palm? Weighing in at just 390 grams, this camera is the lightest and smallest among all the Z series Nikon cameras. Despite its lightness, the camera's magnesium alloy body gives it a very solid and expansive feel. First impressions. The camera body resembles the Z50 model, but there's some notable differences. The Z30 has no viewfinder, mainly because the camera is mainly targeted at videographers who tend to use live view or external monitors instead. The tele lamp is located on the right, and the leather hand grip is even deeper than its predecessor, so this allows for a stable hold when you're shooting with just one hand. Overall, it's got a very compact feel that I think entry-level users will appreciate. The camera is designed for enhanced usability, but what that really means is that the top plate buttons have been rearranged such that it's easier for vloggers to use. The much bigger video record button has also been moved forward, so that it's much easier to access it when the camera is facing you. What's really interesting is that the record button has a recessed dimple that makes it easy for me to start and stop recording just by feel. A welcome addition is the dedicated release mode button, as well as the video stills toggle that's a lot more prominently positioned on the back. There's also a DISP button which toggles information on the rear LCD screen. This brings up shooting information and a live histogram, which is crucial for videography. Also on the back are the usual controls like menu, playback, zoom in, zoom out, AEL, AFL, delete buttons, as well as an I button that brings up an on-screen customization menu. The mode dial is also highly customizable with the ability to save up to 3 original settings. The custom buttons can be assigned to frequently used settings. This is especially great if you're shooting in a variety of different lighting conditions throughout the day. I found this especially useful when transitioning from shooting in the daytime at a pasar malam to in the evening when I'm shooting in a live music bar. With the camera being so compact, it's no surprise that the LCD tilt swivel screen takes up most of its back, with the display slightly smaller at 3 inches compared to other Z series cameras. At approximately 1040 dots, the display can be flipped out to the side, rotated up and down, as well as flipped all the way around for selfie mode. The best part, a front headlight that lets you know immediately when you're recording, so you never miss a moment. Plus, the camera auto switches to self-portrait mode when the monitor faces the front. This allows you to shoot an approximately 100% view angle, even in 4K UHD 30p. Let's talk about the video capabilities in its autofocus modes. The Z30 is designed for videography, so naturally all its best features are dedicated to it. It's got a 125-minute shoot time, which I barely maxed out even when I was shooting this camera the entire weekend. I particularly like the various auto modes, which play out really well in different shooting scenarios. The single autofocus AFS mode is great if you're a single person sitting still in front of the camera, either speaking or demonstrating an activity like makeup tutorials or even cooking. Meanwhile, the continuous autofocus AFC mode is perfect for capturing a bustling scene where plenty is going on. As I pan my camera across Jeffos Bar during a live music performance, it beautifully captured people dancing, singing, and just enjoying themselves. Meanwhile, I found the manual focus mode MF best for creating cinematic footage where I could choose to blur out the foreground or the background as pleased. If you've got pets, you'll be pleased to know that the camera has an animal detection AF, which detects the eyes of your furry friends whether you're shooting stills or videos. Although I was impressed by the camera's fast autofocus, its stabilization was pretty disappointing. This is mainly because, surprise surprise, the Z30 doesn't actually have any in-body image stabilization. Instead, it depends on the lens-based vibration reduction as well as the body's own electronic vibration reduction. Static shots look pretty fine, but if you're walking while panning, then there's pronounced wobbling on the edges. If you're hoping to shoot and walk at the same time, you're better off using a gimbal or a tripod while switching both the VR options off. Let's talk about the low light performance. Even as night falls, the Z30 is a capable worker when it comes to capturing clear moments. The ISO settings go up to 25,600 for videos and 51,200 for still images, which allowed my footage of the neon lit stores at the Pasar Malam to look vibrant and beautiful at night. The tonality and textures of the environment also look clear and sharp when I was shooting in low light conditions like a music bar. One highlight of the Z30 is the creative picture controls. Influencers who often have to shoot product reviews and makeup tutorials will appreciate the camera's 4K UHD video capabilities. This lets them shoot at 100% of view even if they're shooting from a very small space, such as in front of a vanity. Plus, there's over 20 filters available in the camera's creative picture controls, making it easy for one to customize the look and feel of their video. In a nutshell, videos can be shot at up to 4K resolution, at up to 30p, or Full HD at up to 60p. Onward to the stills capability. Although this camera is mainly made for videography, I can't help but wonder if it's still a worthy purchase for those who are more into photography. The Z30 uses the same image processing engine in the popular Z7 and Nikon's own CMOS sensor. It's also said to deliver up to approximately 11 frames per second in high-speed continuous shooting or approximately 5 frames per second in regular settings. When paired with the 1650 kit lens, the camera produces sharp images in good quality, especially in bright daylight. Straight from the camera, the colors tend to be on the slightly duller side. And when night falls, I found that the still quality tended to be a bit more grainy and blurry than I would like. What's a vlogging camera for if you can't quickly edit and post it on your social media? So let's talk about its connectivity. The Z30 is compatible with webcam utility for gamers who want to stream their gameplay, as well as NX Studio, which allows one to edit their videos quickly and efficiently. I personally like that it can be linked up with the SnapBridge app on my phone, which allows me to do remote shooting. This was especially useful when I tried to film myself doing a yoga sequence. Aside from a body-only and kit lens option, the Z30 is also available as a vlogger kit. So is it worth it? Let's see. The vlogger kit comes with the camera body, a 1650mm kit lens, a Nikon remote, a small rig tripod, and a small rig wind muff. If you're looking to delve into vlogging for the very first time and you need all the frills, then this set does it for you. You get tabletop support and handheld grip with the small rig tripod. This is great for keeping the camera steady when you shoot. Perfect for travel vloggers, the small rig wind muff slides into the camera's flash hot shoe to position a pair of wind muffling muffs atop the stereo microphones. This is good when you're shooting outdoors. Plus, the remote enables you to shoot stills and start-stop recording from up to 10 meters away, as well as control a whole bunch of camera functions that simple remote shutter releases cannot. Overall, this camera is a great choice for aspiring content creators who want to step up from their smartphones. Not only is it Nikon's most affordable camera at $1,309 for the kit, it also gives you access to Z-mount and F-mount lenses. The vari-angle screen also makes it really easy for you to shoot anything from a cooking video to a makeup tutorial to even your travel logs. But there are some cons that should still be considered. The camera lacks both a headphone socket as well as an electronic viewfinder. So if you're someone who shoots mainly stills, I'll say give this camera a miss, as most of its features are catered towards videographers rather than photographers. Seasoned videographers might also want to give this a miss if the lack of in-body image stabilization and 4K 60p bothers you. And that's all for our Z30 review. Stay tuned to Tech360 and I'll see you soon.